Here we go. Frack. Technical difficulties. How you hippie young gamesters doing out there? You like it when I call you gamesters? Gamester81? You guys ever watch Gamester81? Is he even still around? He was that big hulking man who would do video game reviews, and I think he was involved in some kind of a Kickstarter console release, and then it ended up being a scam, and the internet people ran him out of town or whatever. But yeah, I don't know if he's still making stuff. I remember once Gamester81 made some kind of April Fool's video where it was a parody of Did You Know Gaming, and he just had all this Mario trivia that was just total junk. And I thought it was pretty funny, but then I went in the comments and people were all, "How dare you say that about Mario, you son of a bitch!" Well, okay, it didn't seem particularly controversial to me, but what do I know? So anyway, back to Pokemon. So this is the last episode in my stockpile of Pokemon episodes, so I suppose you could consider this to be the finale of sorts, the grand finale to Pokemon Red, or Blue. It's been a hell of a journey. All the fun times we've had. We talked about Steve Harvey, and we named that Bellsprout Mr. Enter. Oh, the places we've been. We've still got 20 minutes left in the episode, and I'm talking about it like it's already over. Okay, so we're trying to get to Rock Tunnel eventually, but I think this is the part where the Snorlax is in the way. We seem to be moving the opposite direction from where we should be, so I guess we won't know for sure if the Snorlax is over there. I guess I just had to heal first is what I was thinking. What were they thinking? Game reviewers of the world always go, what were they thinking? It's quite cliched at this point. Gosh, why would anybody want to start a gaming channel at this point? There's just so darn many of them. There's really no way to bring in people. Everything's been done. Every last game has been reviewed, and there's nothing you can say that hasn't already been said. And yet here I am still doing the exact thing that I'm warning these hypothetical people against. Oh yeah, I think we can get the old ride. This man's gonna show us his old ride in his house. Yeah, the old ride isn't especially useful because it can only catch Magikarp. Except in a few select areas, I believe, where it can catch maybe other things, but more Magikarp than anything else. But let's try it out, just to prove a point. He's vibrating. What's it gonna be? Oh, I can hardly contain my holy crap of Magikarp. Can you believe it? So yeah, hopefully this should put Toby Keith over the hill so he can evolve into a Fearow. I guess not. I don't know how close he is to leveling up since they didn't have EXP bars in this one. There were many limitations on the original Game Boy. There are many limitations on the original Game Boy. I was watching more Synthcool earlier today, and I looked through his list of videos, and if you sort by most popular, his anime character analysis of Skeet from Jimmy Neutron is his most popular video, and I thought there must be something to it, why that one's got almost 1 million views, and then everything else has maybe like 20,000 at most, but I watched it, and no, there wasn't anything to it. The quality was pretty much the same as it was for any other Synthcool video. I don't know why that one really blew up like it did, but hey, that's YouTube for you. But that was that sound effect they do in Reading Rainbow. Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about. Ah, you know what I'm talking about. So what else has been going on in the world? Politics? You want to talk about politics on this channel? What could possibly go wrong with that? But no, let's not do that. Let's just leave each other's views up to the imagination. I'm sure we'll all appreciate that. Here comes another trainer. Uh-oh, here comes Pac-Man. And he goes, hey, what you doing, Pac-Man? And he's all, I've been smoking the crack. And, you know, that music video. They're all, what? No, you can't smoke crack. Can't smoke crack, Pac-Man. Yeah, that was considered funny back then. Nowadays, if you were to try to make those jokes, a bunch of 15-year-olds on the internet would say, this humor is so dated. The very idea of humor becoming dated just kind of annoys me, that something's just supposed to get less funny and, you know, in the light of changing cultural opinions, and I'd like to think that truly funny things would stand the test of time. But what do I know, I'm just some doofus. Okay, hopefully we can work through this paralysis. Didn't think this Oddish would go for this many turns. Okay, yeah. No big deal. NBD as the hip youngsters say. Yeah. So right when this battle finishes, we'll have a Firo, and then the team will be more or less complete, except I guess War Turtle needs to evolve one more time, but we're pretty close to the final stage. This isn't even my final form, as that one Dragon Ball Z character says. Boy, this trainer's a big fan of status effects, huh? We had a paralysis from the previous Pokemon, and now we got this. But we still pulled through. Here it comes. Toby Keith's big shining moment that we've been building up to for 17 episodes. There it is. He changed from one sprite of a bird to a different one. Aren't you glad you sat through nearly 3 hours of a Let's Play just to see that? Has it been 3 hours? I haven't been keeping track. Yeah, I'd say if this is episode 17 and we're averaging about 11 minutes per episode, that probably comes out to almost 3 hours. You could put all this together and you'd have yourself a feature-length film. But no one would ever do that. People can't even stand this stuff for 5 seconds, much less 3 hours. I've seen the audience retention rates. People walk in and then they leave as soon as they get to this channel. It's like that famous gif of Grandpa Simpson walking into the building and then immediately turning around. That's my viewership, essentially. No one wants to stay. Just like in real life. Okay, so what do we do for the next 15 minutes almost? Good God, what was I thinking when I cranked out a 23-minute episode? You know, I think I'm gonna pause this for a second and take some time to think of stuff to say for the sake of making an interesting Let's Play. Alright, here we go. Do I pause the mic first or the game? Well, whatever. Alright, here's something we can talk about. Everybody was so angry about... What the hell was that? There was a strange noise. Anyway, everybody was so angry about Pokemon Sword and Shield, and when the DLC came out, they did something that was kind of annoying, where they pushed out a patch to the base version of Pokemon Sword and Shield, and me not knowing what it was, I thought, oh, there's gonna be new content and they're giving it to us for free. How exciting. Oh wow, look at Toby Keith's new sprite. Anyway, yeah, so I was all excited for the new content, and all they really added to the game was just a crummy commercial, essentially, for the DLC. There was some kind of train station that you could go to, but you couldn't actually ride on the train until you bought the DLC, and there was just an NPC standing there explaining all of this to you in a cutscene. You get there and you're, I'm gonna ride that train and ride it, but no, they don't let you do that. You gotta pay extra for that. They patched the game just to tell you that there's gonna be a new thing that you can pay for it. I'd like to think people already know about that. I mean, Smash Bros has those news updates and they don't have to... I don't think they have to patch the game to just announce when DLC is coming. I don't know, just seemed kind of annoying to me. Although it was like a way to entice customers, I guess they gave you a taste of the DLC. There was the Galarian, I probably butchered that, but the special Sword and Shield type version of Slowpoke. It was like a free Pokemon that you could get to encourage you to buy the DLC, so I guess maybe that's why they had to patch it in. But still, it was kind of annoying that they got our attention that way just for a commercial. It was like that episode of SpongeBob where Patchy the Pirate was all excited for the new SpongeBob special, and it was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles, and he said exactly that. That was just a bunch of cheap walk cycles. You like my impression of Patchy the Pirate? Anyway, so, yeah, that was pretty funny, actually. They just had creepy music as SpongeBob just walked down a road for like 5 consecutive minutes. And how did they get away with that? I feel like they couldn't do something like that today. I feel like somebody probably just threatened to sue or something, and this is a disgrace to the long-standing and proud history of SpongeBob episodes. How dare they do this to us? As SpongeBob fans, we deserve better. Gamers rise up. Anyway, yeah, something like that would happen, and that's why we can't have fun things anymore. I gotta switch hands with the microphone periodically. It does get to be a bit heavy. Yeah, Beedrill didn't stand a chance, huh? He doesn't stand a chance. Remember that one song? Well, what the hell am I asking you for? You don't know, but there was the one song from the Japanese Sonic CD soundtrack, and it had the broken English in there, and it had the one line about the power you possess is incredible. He doesn't stand a chance. Yeah, that's a thing people are gonna know. They're gonna know what I'm talking about. The Sonic CD Japan soundtrack. Oh dear. So anyway, yeah, I was pretty annoyed that they just patched in a commercial into Sword and Shield. Things really just got worse and worse in terms of upsetting the fans. Although, to be fair, I think they kinda went out of their way to get angry in some cases, but that's neither here nor there. The fans have terrible opinions anyway. That they want the Pokemon anime to be all dark and realistic because they're just a bunch of edgelords. And what if in the Pokemon show the Pokemon breathed the fire on the man and the man died? And that's basically what Pokemon fans want. There seems to be this dichotomy between the adult fans and the younger fans in terms of what they want out of this series, and I don't know, I think making it dark and edgy is definitely the wrong place to go. Although with Pokemon Coliseum they kinda headed in that direction and it turned out pretty good, but who knows? I mean, as long as they don't take it too far, I mean, because ultimately this is a series that's meant for kids. I feel like if you get excessive with the violence, you're gonna have this contrast between these adorable creatures and the excessive violence, and it just wouldn't be good at all. It'd just be kind of shocking, and you just think, God, what edgelord made this? Who thought this was a good idea? Did a 13-year-old make this? What the hell even is this? It would be like that one original Xbox game where you had the village of adorable creatures, and you were like a character from a gritty, realistic game, and you had to act violently against the adorable creatures. When I was 9 years old, I thought that was that was the greatest concept ever, and now with the ripe old age of 25, I think, Jesus God almighty. That just sounds like the stupidest, most edgelord, meant to appeal to 9-year-olds type of thing you could do. The name of the game was I don't even want to say it out loud because it's so cringy. Yeah, you can find it on your own time, forget it. So yeah, that's why I don't want a dark and edgy Pokemon. If they were to make one, I would not watch it. I mean, unless it was like exceptionally good or something like that, but there's no way it could be good with such a ridiculous concept. So why even entertain the idea? Goodness me, Venonat looks exceptionally hairy in this particular sprite, doesn't he? My guy's sprite and Venonat's sprite don't even look like they're from the same game. Mine's got like shading and outlines on it, and that one clearly did not. Yeah, the sprite work isn't the best in that regard. There's that one guy I always talk about, Mish Cars, and he made a tier list of, or maybe he just found a tier list and posted it, but I'm going to assume he was the creator of it. He made a tier list comparing all the back sprites and front sprites of the early Pokemon games. Yeah, that's out there somewhere. I mean, just the fact that they were able to make something recognizable, well, they were able to make 150 unique sprites with such a limited color palette, and they could only have 2 colors per Pokemon. In black and white, well, I guess technically 4 counting black and white, but you need those for the outlines, so that I wouldn't count those. I guess it's just technically 1 color in that regard if you don't count black and white, because the attack animations were done in red. Well, I guess, the color palette changes depending on your settings, but let's just go with the colors we've got here. So red would be used for the attack animation, and then you just have blue with a combination of black and white for the outlines, so I guess that's really only 1 color, not 2. In gold and silver, they'd actually have 2 colors plus black and white, and they could actually do a lot more with the sprites, and they looked much more varied in that regard, and also the 2 sprites on screen didn't have to share the color palettes. You could have one that was like purple and brown and black and white, and then the other one on screen would be like, let's say, green and yellow and black and white, so for a total of much more colors on screen than what you could previously have. Because in addition to having a limited color palette, they also had to have both characters on screen draw from that one limited color palette. In the first gen, gosh, how did they do this with such limited tools to work with? Me oh my. Okay, I think we can skip past that trainer. Yeah, we've got the power to cut. I was just, for some reason I was thinking back to, I was playing Mario Maker once, and somebody was saying that, oh, you have to kill yourself with this part, and I was saying, gosh, they meant in the game, but I was just thinking, gosh, is that the message Nintendo wants to leave with its fans? How mean-spirited. So we don't have Flash, so we're not gonna get especially far in the rock tunnel. I just wanted to find a Machop, because even though just moments ago maybe 15 minutes ago I was saying that our team's almost in the final form, I just realized we need a fighting type to balance things out, and there's a fighting type right there. Because right now, Clefairy, or Barney Rubble rather, doesn't really add anything in terms of matchups. So I think we'd be better if we did it this way, if we had a fighting guy. Bill Nye, the fighting guy. That should be the new spin-off of Bill Nye, and he could just go around punching people like Russell Crowe in that South Park episode. I heard something slam, like a door slam in the distance. I should probably go investigate that. Give me a moment. Okay, I guess it was nothing. I don't know what the source of I don't know what the source of the noise was. I wonder if my family's committing some kind of psychological warfare on me by just making loud, just startling sounds in the distance whenever I try to record these Let's Plays. They just start banging pots and pans together to try and throw me off. Okay, we gotta give Machop, excuse me. We gotta give Machinga. I'm trying to come up with a funny name, but let's see. Let's keep with the YouTuber theme. Machop. No, don't say that. That's stupid. Yeah, we're gonna name him after Monkey Jones, one of my favorite YouTube guys. But there's not enough characters. We're just gonna have to get creative with it. And there you go. He'll be well suited to help us in future episodes, that is, if there are future episodes, which there probably won't be. Yeah, Monkey Jones is a funny guy. I think I talked about him in just a few episodes ago, actually. He's returned to YouTube after his original content, his original channel was banned into the nether realm. He's been reincarnated as Simian Jimmy. I gotta blow my nose, hold on. This is a good channel. Setting down the microphone, reaching into my left pocket, using my pointer and my index finger to get the tissue out of there, holding the tissue up to my face and turning away from the microphone. I really could have just cut all this out of the video. Oh well. Editing? What's that? Why didn't I edit all this out? I could have... Wait, yeah, oh sorry. Why did I choose to leave this in? This adds nothing to the episode. So what else has been going on out there? You guys ever see Hotel Transylvania? I know Pan Pizza was a big fan of that movie because it had a Garth GF in it, as they say. I think he posted some kind of a Hotel Transylvania shitpost on his official channel at like 3 a.m. once. Wonder if that's still up. Pan Pizza is an interesting man. He was crying because he got dumped in his Toy Story 2 Let's Play, and somebody on his official message board was saying that we need to cancel him for doing that. And I thought cancel culture was reserved for the absolute worst of society, the people who are a danger to others. But now apparently you can take someone out of the spotlight just because you didn't like their Let's Play. I don't know what the rules are. Scares the hell out of me. Well, anyway, thank you for joining me on this 17 episode long Pokemon extravaganza. This is by far the longest series we've ever had in the history of the channel. 17 episodes. I'm gonna miss you guys. We've been through so much together. Well, that is, unless you come back for the next episode. And there will be another one. Eventually. I do say that a lot.